It's the weekend. It's mailbag. Oh, I forgot to do the countdown. Fuck. Wait there. I'll start that again. I'll edit the beginning. I'll get the countdown.
No, leave the beginning in.
I did last time. I'm not doing 2 weeks fucking up the intro. No chance.
leave the beginning in. Mailbag extra.
Here we go. It's the weekend. It's mailbag. It's the 200th mailbag on YouTube, which is quite the milestone. And I'm made up to be joined this week by John, who is now obviously a Blue Room regular, and Warren, who was definitely a Blue Room regular. Keith can't
Some
make it.
Someone say too much of a regular.
Mate, we're all too regular, aren't we? Keith can't make it. Don't think Pete can make it, and Darwin can't make it. So lads, it's just us three. Yes. But on this week's show, we'll be talking about the signings, bank holiday blues, donut bingo, books, birthdays, beers, male grooming, not that kind of grooming, champ manager, cats, dogs, right wingers, not that kind of right winger, and more. If you're listening on YouTube, please do leave a comment and all that. If you're listening on a podcast, it'll only be Patreon. So thanks for subscribing to the Patreon. And what you do get now on Patreon is for less than the price of a pint a month. You get a couple of extra shows every week and also get all the podcasts advert free, which is nice. Warren, we will kick off with your question. There it comes. There you go, on the bottom if you want to read it out.
Yeah, on what will be a landmark 200th mailbag, when are we getting It's the Weekend, It's Mailbag Blue Room t-shirt merch sorted? I can't remember who brought the idea up in the group, but I am well up for wearing, and I've said, you don't want this, but I've said I want to wear It's the Weekend on the front with some sort of Everton thing on it, and then on the back it's mailbag with just your face.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Did
you doing your Stephen Hughes against the tree? That's what I want on the back.
I could probably go with that.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's iconic. That tree. That is
the shining tree. Rip.
Did anyone know if it went to Finch Farm?
I'd like to think so. I'd like to think maybe it just didn't bulldoze it.
Yeah.
On the t-shirt, though.
Honestly, I was just going to say, on a serious note, I really would love a mailbag t-shirt.
Matt has set up an account on Shopify, no less. Imagine that. And so we are going to design some, and it is going to be at the weekend. It's mailbag on the back. So yeah, they will be coming.
Oh, can't wait. Brilliant. What a way to start the 200th mailbag.
Honestly, with merch. And Liam, you'll be the first to know about it as well, mate. Right. Bit of red hot soccer chat we're going to launch into from Bobby D. Good question, this. Are development signings a complete waste of time with a threadbare squad? This is an argument for both think. John, what do you reckon?
No. Because let's face it, we all love your, digging into what we're going to be talking about later. Football manager, championship manager, if you're of a certain age, signing of a raw foreign talent that no one's heard of before. So we've got Asnu, we got Barry as well, if you read today's paper news. But no, I quite like it myself. I think you've got to buy for the here and now, but you've also got to future-proof as well. And it's clear that our youth system hasn't been working over the last 10 years or so. So we've got to look for the immediate future by buying in. So we need to do that still.
I think the issue, Warren, could be that we don't maybe not getting the balance right.
There's definitely, I can feel the frustration, and I've got frustration as well because we haven't bought for the here and now. We haven't addressed issues that have been long-standing issues for not just this season or last season, but for many seasons. However, seeing the comments there already from people that, well, Barry's shite because they're after a striker. Asnu must be shite. Yeah, Bayern Munich, hoard shite, don't they, and wanted to keep shite. Look, they might not develop into the players we all want them to, but I think what makes me laugh is the last few years where we've been throwing money, scattergun transfer approach under Mashiri and, getting the likes of Schneider in, for instance, as an example. And it just not working out and us spending vast amounts of money and throwing it down the drain, which led ultimately to the financial mismanagement that we had. If we get these players in, and look, I've got good enough faith in the scouting team to, we've signed players recently who've turned out to be Iliman and Jai. I know he's not, I know he was signed for the here and now, but that was a great bit of scouting that.
Yeah.
Fraction of the price that we sold Gordon to Newcastle for, and we've got, I think, a better player. So you've got to build for both. We just haven't done the here and now well enough yet, and let's hope that these signings, the ones we've developed, will turn into. They've clearly scouted Barry, for instance, for a long time. So they've not just done it on a whim because he's had one season at Villarreal. They've clearly looked at him for a long time, and I have a bit of faith in that they know what to do. And I know it's hard at the minute because we look a bit of a shit show when we pull up with the first 11 that started against Leeds, but I have a bit of faith, and that's, I'll probably get accused of being too positive on the comments or something, but there we go.
What we're saying is, or probably hoping is, Barry's not the new Sandro. That's what we're saying.
I think,
that's what we're hoping.
Yeah.
I'd also ask for a bit of perspective. You know, we've seen what this Asnu can do. We can see what Barry can potentially, what they both can potentially do. But if you remember our developmental signings 25, 26 years ago with Peter Deggan.
Yeah.
10 years ago, they were Leandro Rodriguez and Shani Tarashai. So, you know, let's look at like the fact that we are taking players from, at the moment, let's face it, both clubs are currently bigger than us.
Yeah.
Definitely Bayern Munich anyway, but you know, you can argue Villarreal over the last 25 years have been much bigger than we are.
Yeah.
So we are taking players from them, and we've got to see that just because they don't instantly settle from coming from a foreign country with foreign, you know, they're both foreign lads who've, while they're English, they can't speak English, that's not the first language. We expect them to settle in and instantly become like the reincarnation of Roberto Carlos. And like, you know, we don't give time. We Everton fans, I'm surprised we don't all have ACL injuries because of the amount of knee jerking we do. You know, so.
That's a line right there. That's one for you. Put that on the t-shirt, the Mailbag t-shirt.
Done me ACL through knee jerking. That sounds terrible, actually. I won't do that. I went all Alan Partridge then, right? I'm cutting that bit out. Next question. Not so much a question as a statement, Brian. We need to go 5 at the back with left wing back McNeil, please. Play our best team based on players fit. Please get at least, I think, 3 in next week. Right back, right winger, centre forward, score goals now. I think that's another frustration, isn't it? Because I think we've made 7 signings, is it? 3 of that, 2 of them have been keepers. But I think because we've not addressed that right back and right wing problem, Warren, it's like, I think that's a lot of frustration for everyone as well, isn't it? Because it's like we are signing players, but not in a position we necessarily really need them.
Yeah, I said on Weekly, it's becoming like a cliche now because it's just it's what's on everyone's mouths and everyone's lips. Right back, right wing, right back, right wing. And it's becoming almost tedious, keep saying it, because we all know what we need and we all know. And the thing is as well, everyone else knows now what we need, don't they? So everyone in all the clubs know exactly what type of player we're buying or want or looking to buy. But yeah, it's particularly the right back for me. I thought, I've gone on here many a time and said that I lauded Patterson as a signing, and I really did. I thought he's going to be the one. And look, listen, I've just been really positive about development signings there. We signed one in Patterson that didn't work out, but there we go. But I really thought, and I think he's been unfortunate actually with injuries and stuff and things not quite going his way. But I was so impressed with him when he was at Rangers, and I thought he's capable of making a step up. He plays international football, he's played European football. But yeah, it just didn't work out. But that feels like the one for me that we should have sorted years ago, never mind in this summer. And then, yeah, I think it just adds to it all. When you look, again, I said earlier, when you look at that first 11 that started against Leeds, it just adds to everything, doesn't it? Adds to the frustration, adds to the fact that it looks like the recruitment team are incompetent. But like you've just said there, Les, we have got players in. We've maybe just not addressed everywhere yet. And probably get like absolutely battered for this. Decore's a big miss. Like, I know he doesn't do much, but off the ball, the way we play, we're missing that Decore shaped hole at the minute unless we address that pretty quick, or unless Dewsbury Hall steps up. But yeah, just I don't know. Yeah. I'm going to get killed for that. I know.
No, but I think. Do you know what? I think Alcaraz was probably earmarked to step into that position, but he's kind of been stuck on the right. And Dewsbury Hall's gone into that position, so yeah, it's a little bit. I mean, you know, a player who was sort of like that integral is going to be missed, isn't he? You know,
yeah, and I'm not saying I wanted us to re-sign him by any stretch, but it just what he did for the team, we're missing.
Yeah. John, would you agree? Go 5 at the back with McNeil at left back?
No, it's never worked 5 at the back for Everton.
No,
you know, it's historically You know, I remember Kendall Mark II trying it in a game, and it was like, honestly, it was like one of those Victorian dramas you see where all the ladies have to go and lie down on their shalong because of the shock of it, you know. So it's never been something that works at Everton. It's not. It doesn't fit. You know, maybe we might do a Hill Dickinson, but at Goodison, it doesn't fit your kind of up and out approach that we used to have.
Yeah, there was Allardyce's one-game experiment at the Emirates as well, wasn't it? With
yeah.
I was late to that game. I was 15 minutes late, and it was already 3-0. And I'm stood outside going, well, I've got to go in. I've just got here.
But you still got there earlier than the players.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what? It will be interesting to see what formation and what lineup we play. It can't be the same as Leeds, but
we said on Monday, square holes, square pegs.
Yeah.
So whether or not you think he's 100% ready for it, if Asnew's fit, he's got to play. He's a left back. Play someone but I would play someone like McNeil in front of him.
Yeah.
Someone who's going to work and track back and give him that support. But it's Garner played actually all right at left back, but we missed him in the midfield. We had Irabunum and Garner Gay, and it was just like that Spider-Man meme where it's just they're both just pointing at each other. You know, it just we didn't have the shape, we didn't have anything in the midfield, and Dewsbury Hall is kind of everything.
He's not that player, is he, Dewsbury Hall?
No, he's not. And so square holes, square pegs. Let's not try and be too clever. You know, this. I'm not writing Moyes off here. I'm not having a go at him at all. But this is starting to reek of Moyes around about January 2007 when he was trying to be clever. When we remember that game against Spurs when we were 1-0 up and then they pulled it back and then Gina scored in the last minute. And he brings off an attacking player. I can't remember. He brings off Manny Fernandez and brought on Tony Hibbert, pushed Phil Neville to right back. And we just lost our shape.
Yeah.
And that's what we've got to be careful. He just, you know, young lads sometimes thrive on pressure. He come through La Masia. There's a lot of pressure just coming through there. You know, he's not going to be bothered playing at a brand new stadium against Brighton. It's not like you're playing against a ferocious team. If you want a team to put a young player in against, it's Brighton.
Yeah, you're right there. Yeah, I'll definitely agree with that. Speaking of which, what are you most looking forward to this bank holiday weekend? John?
Monday. That means the match is over. And I'm one day closer to work because I'm dreading. We should be looking forward to this. It's the first game at a new stadium. And yet, Everton have somehow, I mean, you were saying today, Warren, on the Mailbag, what's it called? Sorry, with where's the momentum gone? The weekly, where's the momentum gone? Where has it gone? You know, I mean, this should be like a carnival atmosphere on Sunday where we go in and stick 6 past Brighton. But it's not. We've completely sucked the joy out of it. We are, and I hate using this because I'm not a fan of it, but we are the Dementors from Harry Potter. We suck all the fun out of life.
We're Colin Robinson.
Yeah, Colin Robinson, yeah.
We are.
The footballing version of Colin Robinson. Not your cat.
Not my cat. No, my cat's an energy vampire when he brings mice in at midnight and stuff.
Yeah.
Warren, what are you most looking forward to?
Do you know what? But August bank holiday for me always now is that one day closer to going back to work. And look, I know there's people listening here who are like, you've just had 5 weeks off. What are you moaning about?
That makes it worse.
Shut up and get back to work. But it just, August bank holiday, because the ones in like May, they're added. They're like, I get them extra. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, this is great. But August bank holiday for me is like, oh, I'm nearly back at work now. So I'm back and working just over a week. So yeah, so it's one of them. So I'm just gonna have to make the most of it and try and enjoy the lifeless Everton that we've got at the minute and see if they can pull something out the back. Listen, when we get that graphic on Sunday from Twitter, with Grealish as the graphic in the starting 11, people will be up.
Yeah. I forgot. Do you know what, Warren? You're right. I forgot about that.
But no, you are right, John, as well as that people have. It has just felt a bit flat, and I think everyone online getting a bit wound up, rightly so in some cases as well as an out. But there we go. Everyone will be up for it come Sunday,
and I'm looking forward to seeing how much the donuts are.
Yeah.
Well, funny you should say that because the DenbighCastl have asked. Donut bingo. How much do you reckon they'll be on Sunday?
How much have they been? £7.50.
£3.50 for the first 2 test events. For the first 2 test events.
Yeah.
£6.50 for the second. Now an actual league game. Do you reckon?
I'll
play your cards like this. Are we going higher or are we going lower?
Higher than what?
650.
Lower. I reckon 420.
420.
Yeah.
John, what are you saying?
£7.20.
£7.20. We're going up because it's the real thing.
And they sold out last game as well, so it's a buyer's market.
It is. And they sold out at all the test events as well. As ever in this situation, I went to AI and asked Perplexity AI, how much do you think the donuts will be at Hill Dickinson Stadium on Sunday? And it said this: the iconic blue toffee donuts, a stadium speciality.
Iconic.
That's bigging them up a bit, isn't it? I sold at kiosks throughout the venue, but recent reports from fans indicated that at test events, donuts were controversially priced at £6.50 each, up from a previously criticised £3.50. This steep increase has drawn strong reactions online and in fan discussions, with many finding it above typical stadium prices for such items. So yeah, I reckon they're going to be 15 quid a donut.
Yeah, I've gone a bit low.
Well, you've got to factor in as well. They appeared on Blue Peter.
Oh, did they?
The donuts were on Blue Peter, yeah. I mean, how many other donuts have been on Blue Peter? I mean, obviously the presenters, if you're using donuts.
Because they've had a lot of guests down here. Here's John.
Yeah, Richard Bacon for one.
That dog that weeds everywhere, or was it the elephant that weeds everywhere?
The elephant, yeah.
Yeah.
So as it should be advertised as seen on Blue Peter.
Definitely, they're not making the most of that, are they?
No.
Let us know in the comments, just higher or lower, and we'll see where we go. What's next? Mark? No, Ian. Sorry, fucked it. There you go. Ian has asked, hi guys, hope you're well. We're good. As we all know, Jack Grealish likes a beer or two. So which 5 Everton players, past or present, are joining you for a day in the Denby? Oh. John, you don't drink?
I used to, though.
But it's a bit of fun. Yeah. It's all good.
Well, I think
I'm trying not to drink, so I'm thinking maybe you should ask.
What's in your glass there, Ed?
What's that?
What's in your glass?
Red wine.
Amazing.
So yeah, I'm trying really hard.
Just for it, I'm drinking Aldi lemon and lime squash.
That looks like a tangy drink.
Yeah. It is. So if you see my face going, it's because of that.
So, questions like this, right? Do you go with massive boozers or fellas who don't drink so much?
So, I mean, standard customary mailbag answer: Jordan Pickford.
Liam, nice to join the conversation. By the way, there we go.
Jordan Pickford. I tell you what. Speaking of having a bevy with someone, having a bevy with Liam Knight is an interesting occasion. Let me tell you that.
Never ever disappoints. Never.
I'd go Pickford, Tommy Gravison, Rooney, and then I'd probably go someone dead random like Dave Watson and Preki.
Dave Watson, the show. Preki. Oh yeah, do you know what? Preki might be my go-to answer for everything, though.
Yeah. I think that's quite a quartet. It's quartets of 5, is it? Quintet. That's it.
Yeah. Imagine saying his name after a bevy, though, not the short version.
His proper name.
Imagine saying Predrag Radoslavovich after you've had a bevy. That's good.
Liam, I couldn't say your name after the last time we had a bevy in the Denby, mate.
No one ever says it right. It's Predrag Radoslavovich.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what I heard him saying it.
I rest my case.
I heard him saying it once, and I think because I used to do all the boxing stuff, you'd have to get used to saying the fighters' names right. So
yeah,
I think.
Have you heard all the Tommy Gravison stories that have done the rounds when he was at Celtic and things like that as well?
Yeah. Have you heard the one in Liverpool?
Now go on.
It was on the old Wentz. It was on the old Wentz guys are great. He's in a bar. And he's apparently gone in with 2 girls, allegedly, and few Evertonians been there singing old Tommy Gravison, and he's comes over to them and goes, lads, be cool, I'm trying to fuck these 2 girls, and then so they leave him, and then as he leaves, he starts singing it, and he leaves, walks out, comes back in and goes, "Hey," like that.
So the lad did him a solid there.
Yeah, I've missed something there, haven't I? He runs back in after they're singing his name. No, well, yeah, but then he run back in as they were singing his name as he was leaving, and did a big gesture to them.
Yeah, he'd be great. He'd be great down the Denby.
Yeah, he's an odd man, isn't he?
Yeah.
Very strange. Yeah. No one's chest thumped quite like him at the Park End before or since for me.
No.
Liam, are you taking for a bevy?
No.
I'm thinking on this. I think you got to go Reedy. Reedy's just like the classic.
Reedy, yeah, of course.
Isn't he? He's the ultimate pint man. Bainesy, because I like he'd have something quite sophisticated, and I think he'd bring a bit of class to it. And obviously, God rest his soul, Kevin Campbell always seemed like the life and soul of the party, and another favourite of mine. And then, if we want to go mad at the end, let's bring in Drenthe and Van der Meij. Let's not mess about. So when it gets when it gets to the lock-in, there's a real party going on.
Escort coke. Yeah,
that's the one, isn't it? You bell them to about 10:30. You don't want them there early doors when everyone's sober, because that'll be carnage. So about 10:30, 11:15.
Yeah. When Reedy and Bainesy are ready to go home to go to bed, you bring them in there, like they come in when it's like, yeah, we're ready to go a bit wild.
That's a meeting of the minds right there, isn't it? Peter Reid and Royston Chente.
That'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
I would insist on Peter Reid bringing his hat as well, though.
Yeah.
And his flares.
Yeah.
He's got to wear his flares and his hat.
You know what?
Just full Everton kit. Just like he did in the Legends game. Just come in full Everton. Yeah.
He got stick for those players, but I would say the only mistake he made really was wearing a jacket with them. They're not jacket cacks. You got to wear that. They're the feature of your outfit.
Let them speak for yourself. A nice shirt, you know.
Tell you what, 69 years of age to pull that off, though. What a fella!
What a guy. John, any more at yours?
Well, I'd go for the conflict aspect of it. So I'd have Sheedy and Keown together, definitely. See if we could recreate that famous night in the Chinese. And then try and just pick a few other players he don't get on. So maybe like Sharp and like, you know, he didn't really get on with Cotty, did he?
No.
You know, and then maybe bring in Denise Barrett back to England just to, you know, just to really
bring it in a headlock.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the only way to do it, isn't it? But no one will see it.
Sharp's book. Have any of you read Sharp's book about Cotty?
Yeah, I have. He blasts, doesn't he, Cotty?
Yeah.
I just love that story about Cotty and Beagley. They're away somewhere, and Cotty and Beagley get buried, and they knock on this room door where Snods, Dave Watson, and Sharp are in. And they go, "Why don't you like us?" Snowden just opens the door and with one punch flattens Beagley, then shuts the door again. Just like shakes his head, like, "I've had enough of them."
Oh, we can all support with that, can't we?
Brilliant.
Is that what caused Beagley to nick the motorbike?
I think it's on that same oldie with the motorbike. Yeah, I think there's a bit like
he's been flattened by Snowden, so we thought, right, I'm going to have a big, massive show of bravado here.
Do you reckon he crashed because he was trying to turn back again? Joe, once he turned with the bike, he thought, "Oh, I like that, so I'll turn back again."
Tried to beat the window again.
Yeah.
Oh, he was.
Right, Mark's question. It's his birthday on Sunday.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Which birthday of yours has been most ruined by Everton? Chris said, luckily, his falls in October in the international break. We've only played once since he was born, and 0-0 away at Ipswich. So, yeah, almost as lucky as me there, Chris. We'll come into that in a sec. John, I'll come to you first because you've got a belt there, apparently.
Well, I'll start with the big one. You know, my 25th birthday, August 30th, 2003, 3-0 at home to Liverpool. That was...
That's a bad birthday.
But my birthday's never been really... I'm just looking at the figures there. We beat Wigan, Man City away when Amakachi and Parkinson scored. And Doncaster. In my life, that's all. But my birthday falls in August. And we saw earlier, didn't we, Les, that Everton don't do great in August?
No, go on. Do you want to read the numbers out? If you've got them to hand, well, I'll come back to you on that because it's you've got a spreadsheet, haven't you? It's mega.
I have, yeah.
It's a big spreadsheet.
I've got the numbers here now.
Oh, you got them? Go ahead, John. Go through it.
So since between 2000 and 2024, we've played 71 games. We've won 24, we've won 24, drawn 23, lost 24, scored 86, conceded 99, a win percentage of 33.8, a draw percentage of 32.4, a loss percentage of 33.8 with 95 points and a 1.34 points per game average.
So no one can accuse us here of not knowing our stuff, can he, with stats like that?
August is the very model of
shit.
consistency.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
like,
that's it. I thought we were inconsistent, but I've actually proved myself wrong.
you can't argue with the stats. The stats don't lie. Famous Shakira song. Warren?
So usually I'm quite lucky because usually it's international break. But there was 1 year, and I've never had this in my life, and it was 1 year, and if at the Everton game fell on my birthday, November the 12th, 2022. Bournemouth 3, Everton 0. Marcus Tavernier, Kiefer Moore, and Jadon Anthony. Yeah, I think it was my 35th birthday or something around 34th, something like that. And I was made up because, as people know, I live down there, and I thought, great, this is meant to be birthday game round the corner. All my mates from work will come out with me, turn it into a bit of an all-day thing. Managed to get tickets for people from work and everything like that. And then Everton shows up. So yeah, it was But usually, I think this year again, I think we've gone international break, so I'm lucky again this year.
Yeah, it's a shame that you live somewhere where the away ground's kryptonite.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that about most places, to be fair.
Say that, yeah.
We've not won there, have we, in the Premier League?
No, we've only beaten.
We only won in the cup, didn't we, Aaron?
Cup game 15-16. That's it.
Yeah,
shocking. Absolutely
Just
dreadful. Liam.
Well, do you know what? Weirdly, we tend to do all right on my birthday. A lot of the games are third round FA Cup because it's 8th of January, my birthday. So a lot of the time we have like lower league teams to do okay. And thankfully that the ones against Liverpool have not been on my birthday. They've been like a good few days before, so it's been all right. I'm going to go for one that we actually won. It was in 2022 as well, just because it was a terrible time. It was my birthday and I had COVID and I was really unwell. I'd been in bed all day, really down, really unwell. And I got out of bed, even though it was 8 o'clock, to watch us play Hull City. And Hull scored after like 10 seconds. And it was on my birthday when that famous sub, which I'm replicating by coming in late on this podcast, happened. when Tosin and Rondon swapped places. That was Benitez's birthday gift to me. I remember just sitting there, God bless her, Emma, my brilliant other half. She got out and got me some food. We even drove to town to get me a Patterson's to eat and to try and cheer me up on my birthday. But I was sat in my living room with a mask on with the window open so she didn't get it again, just shaking my head watching the match going, what is this?
Liam is Mailbag's Cenk Tosin to Dargan Solomon Rondon. I've actually... I can't
say that about Liam. Liam's got a great head of hair.
I got a turkey. I got a spray on. I sprayed it on. When you see me between games, mate, I'm bald as a coot.
It's amazing what you can do now. Bald as a David Coot. Sorry. I went onto the amazing Everton results website to find out like the games on my birthday. So
what a site, I'd like to say. Brilliant.
Oh, it's incredible. 1977-78. So on my first birthday, we drew 0-0. No, we won 2-0 at Newcastle.
Oh, great.
Nice.
So,
take that.
Then, 78-79. We drew 0-0 away at Derby. We're undefeated on my birthday. It's mad.
Nice. Do we even concede any goals?
We conceded one against Ipswich on my 16th birthday.
31st of December.
What's that? 24th of March.
Oh, 24th of March. So that was the 93 game.
93 game. Oh, no, we didn't win 3-0.
Birthday.
Yeah, Stuart Barlow scored that goal on my birthday. This is why I was tipping him for England. It's got more context now. That was it. Honestly, when he scored, that's one of the greatest goals I've ever seen live. Forget
never gets any credit. No one mentions it.
I know.
Nada. It's like the other great goal of the 90s, and it's never on any of the compilation shows. Limpars against Leicester in 95.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is a great goal. You're right.
Yeah, it is.
It just goes in. It just stays at the same height and level and the same pace all the way through. Yeah. And it never gets mentioned.
Justice for his pass to Amakachi against Newcastle. On the that pass, that defense over the top. What a pass that is.
And that touch by Amakachi, the only time he's shown a touch like that. And that little finish with the same foot into the bottom corner. Oh.
I was convinced for years that I dreamt that Stuart Barlow goal because it was never talked about. I even spoke to my mates who went with me. Do you remember that goal?
Yeah.
No. Gobshite.
It's just to be your birthday.
Yeah, completely. Moving on, 2009-10. Where are we? 2-0 win away at City.
Oh, I went to that. That was amazing.
That was a Lescott, wasn't it? There's only one greedy bastard.
Yes. Yeah, Carre and Arteta scored. And then last one, 2011-12. Beat Swansea 2-0 away. Baines and Jelic.
Just need to play on your birthday, don't we, lads?
Just play on my birthday, yeah.
Let's go for my birthday.
I'm just sitting here quietly fuming now because of all my defeats. 3-0 against Portsmouth as well in 2008, my 30th birthday.
Oh, God, yeah. We were in the upper Bullens for that game above the away because they didn't take the whole thing.
6-3 against Chelsea in 2013.
Oh, yeah, I remember that well.
Yeah, and just basically...
And all the others.
The one against Notts Forest in 94 when we lost 2-1. And Colin Cooper scored against us. You know. So, yeah.
It's shite for Everton, isn't it?
And
I know you've got the stats to say it's not, but it is.
And guess who we play next week on my birthday?
Wolves.
Oh, God, 6 points already. Fuck's sake.
Bottom of the league by September.
I maintain, I'm going with it again, but our first win's going to be Palace.
Your Palace shout is starting to look more tasty as the days go by.
Jeez.
I think so.
Rob has asked this. This was one from last week, but it was too late to make the show. But which Jack uses the most hair products, Grealish or Harrison? Plus, best ever Everton hairdo and worst. So I'm gonna go Harrison because he is the most groomed man I've ever seen in my life. That lad gets his eyebrows threaded, definitely.
Yeah, he's like if you were to draw the modern man, someone's perception of the modern man, that's who you draw, wouldn't it? Harrison.
Yeah. Says he's a footballer as well, but isn't really.
Yeah. The only surprise I have got, he hasn't got like a sleeve tattoo or a neck tattoo or something. He's very
Is he too vain for a tattoo though? He doesn't want something on his skin. He doesn't want anything like.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I was convinced he was going to score the other night, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did he celebrate? Somebody who was there said he didn't celebrate. He just walked back.
He's had a little stick off them as well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I've got a conspiracy theory about his celebrations. If you ever watch the From All Angles of the Calvert-Lewin and Tarkowski goals in the derbies in the last 2 seasons, all the players go mad and run off. There's only one player who just does a little bit of that and barely stays.
Doesn't want anyone touching his hair, that's why.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't want to touch his hair. I think it's because he's a copite. And I also think he doesn't know any socks apart from footy socks.
That's a shit.
I think the socks count might be right, but I don't think he's a copite. He's too handsome.
No, I think he's a copite.
I think he's a copite.
Look at that ball he played when he had 4-on-2 in the derby, and I know he's not very good, but you had the 4-on-2 in the derby.
That was harder to football.
He used his right foot. He couldn't have used his left foot. He used his right foot to play straight to their goalie. Sus that, mate.
You're onto something there. You're definitely right about the socks, though, 100%.
Best hair, by the way. Best hair, by the way. Leighton Baines, without a shadow of a doubt.
All of them, all his hairdos.
Paul Bracewell for a star.
Bracewell's a great shout as well.
Mine's 2 because they got it done, I think, at the same time. It was Ferguson and Limpar in '95 when they had the skinheads.
Oh God, yeah.
Skinheads and Limpar was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Proper 90s skinheads as well. The worst, by the way, as well. Cool. The worst was when Fellaini got cornrows.
Oh, that was bad, wasn't it?
That's a good shout, that.
The worst for me is Ian Marshall.
Oh, the
long mullet.
I mean, okay, it was the 80s, but he still had that going into the late 90s. So
he was at Oldham then, wasn't he? As a centre-back.
And Leicester as well, when he was at Leicester.
He was still playing ball like the mid-noughties, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He played for years.
Yeah, he was a turd that you couldn't flush.
John Paul Kissock as well as a shout for me.
Yeah. I was convinced he was going to be an incredible player as well.
I felt really sorry for him. He got like really bad depression when we released him, didn't he? Like he just couldn't get over the fact all he wanted to do was play for Everton. He couldn't get his head around All he went on did all right for himself because he tried to play up in Scotland.
He went to Gretna, didn't he? When they looked like, remember when Gretna looked like they were going to be pushing on?
Yeah.
And it turned out it was like a Ponzi scheme, didn't it?
Yeah.
And he was there, and he lost. Well, he didn't get the money he was promised. So I think he's coaching now. Last I heard.
Good.
Because the pressure was put on him. He had the pressure put on. Remember that bit of skill that made that Soccer AM?
Yeah.
And that reserve game. Yeah. All the pressure on him, wasn't it?
I was only messing about his hair as well. It was fine. It was all right. If I could grow that, I would.
The runner-up for me is, remember Alan Bailey?
The blonde
yellow. Yeah, blonde yellow hair,
Yeah, looked like Rod Stewart, but the same hairstyle as Rod Stewart. But Rod got rid of his like in the early 80s. He kept his till the 90s, Alan Bailey. So that's a momentous one too.
That's a shout. Bit of politics from Chris. Fast forward the next 30 seconds now if you don't want to hear this.
And also, do you know, sorry, Les, to interrupt. Also, if you really don't like us talking politics on this show, make sure you comment on it on YouTube, because it's great when you leave 18 comments about us not liking politics or not wanting us to talk politics.
It's true. But our Nigel Farage football shirt allowed past the Hill Dickinson security Nazis. My view on this is, it's fine. If you want to wear that shirt going in, wear it. If you get stick for it, don't cry about it. But if you want to wear that, if you want to buy one, that's your decision.
Yeah.
But
I say no, because we haven't got a right wing, so why would they be allowed in?
Satire.
See, it's not political comment. It's cutting satire. That's what it is.
It's not.
Warren?
Well, whatever. Like you said, if they wear it and they get stick, if they don't wear it, I've got to admit, I'm sorry. If someone did wear one, I'd feel very sad. And I think if I saw people not giving them stick, I'd feel even worse about it. So, but if you wear what you want,
compelled to give them stick. Liam?
You're
allowed to wear what you want. It's freedom of expression. But as you say, I think you have the consequences of that as well, don't you? You can't bemoan other people having street speech and then you have it. Cuts both ways, doesn't it? So if you get a level of stick, you can't really blame it. I'm not going to be receptive towards it. I wouldn't do it myself. Let's put it that way. But I think the most pertinent point here is the satire that John offered, and that right wing and Everton Football Club are not mixing and haven't done for a while. So
not since Andy Van der Meijden.
Fun fact about that reform shirt as well: the Union Jack is upside down because of the way they've done the colours. It's wrong.
That's a disgrace.
Yeah. And it's not in red, white, and blue either.
How dare they disrespect our country?
Yeah. Spelled CUNTRY because they can't spell.
Exactly. One from the Bridie. There we go. This is the Boo Room. The Boo Room. The Boo Room, yeah. The Boo Room Book Club. The Bridie have asked, big fan of John Le Carre's Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. Which Everton player would make the best spy? Peter Mack said Morgan Schneidlin. That fellow was incredibly talented at going missing. And satire as well there. There you go. Warren, what you got?
Well, I know I usually give the standard Jordan Pickford answer, but I actually think John Stones would have been a great spy, because to get away with a Cruyff turn in your own half, you've got to have something about you. So I think he'd be, I think he'd be the one.
Ice cold double agent.
Yeah.
Liam.
Oh, it's a tough one. Then come back to me. Go to John. Let me think.
Okay, John.
Jean-Philippe Gbamin, because he was completely fucking invisible, and that's what a spy should be. Except he would only be able to do one mission before he had to come back to base because he was done in.
He'd be 006, wouldn't he?
Yeah. 666.
Get shot before the film started.
Yeah.
Liam?
Okay, going left field. I think in a lot of spy films, spies are portrayed to be a bit handsome, but they also have to pretend to be something. So I'm going to go for Nicholas Alexanderson because he was handsome, pretended to be a footballer for several years. So I'll go for him.
Incredibly quick thinking there. I like it. I was thinking Rafael Benitez because he was definitely a fucking plant.
Yeah.
No, he's too obvious though, isn't he? Like, you can't miss him, can you?
Didn't he?
Yeah, spies can't have their own postcode. I mean, far be it from me to insult someone for their weight problems, but fuck it. It's Benitez.
There was an element of espionage though. That deal from Patterson was defo lined up between him and Gerrard. They've just gone, you know what? No,
100%.
Been off Livermento will spend 15 million on this kid.
Honestly. John, it's your question now. We need to get away from that train of thought as soon as possible. The Livramento thing just sends me spiraling.
I know that.
John, go ahead. Your question then.
If you could reread a book for the first time, what would it be? If you could, that book that you loved that much.
I read a book by, it's an author called Terence Strong, and it's called Cold Monday. And I read it, and I'm not a big book reader. I don't really read much. If I do read, it's normally non-fiction, autobiographies, that type of thing. But someone handed me this and said, you have to read it. Just give it 10 pages, like give it 10 minutes each night, whatever. So I thought, you know what? I don't really read. I haven't read a novel or a book for a long time, since probably I was at school. Go on, I'll give it a go. And I could not put it down. It was incredible. It was such a good book. And that's what I would recommend. And I think you can get it for like £2 or something now on Amazon. So if you book readers out there, I highly recommend that. Cold Monday by Terence Strong. Fantastic book. Fantastic book. Really good.
I'll look out for that.
Liam?
I'm a bit like Warren. I don't read enough. I go on holiday, I'll probably read 2 or 3 books, but I don't make enough time. I'm a little bit controversially. I'm going to pick a comic book because it's one of my favourite ever stories. If you ever get a chance to read Batman Year One by Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli, read it.
Yeah.
It's an absolutely incredible story. A lot of it was featured in Batman Begins, but the artwork of Mazzucchelli is breathtaking. Miller's are his strongest story, right? A lot of people rave about The Dark Knight Returns, which he wrote, which is very good, and I understand people love it, but Batman Year One is and I've got thousands of comics, but I would say it's the best Batman story. And I remember my dad has no interest in it, but I left out once and he read it. And he was like, he liked it because there's no real supervillains in it. It's probably about as realistic as you're gonna get for a comic book. Very good read.
Yeah, I'll go.
I'd second that. It's brilliant.
And Arkham Asylum as well as Batman graphic novels.
It's a bit mad Arkham Asylum though, isn't it?
Oh, it's not as great though.
The Long Halloween as well.
Long Halloween is brilliant. That's basically kind of a sequel to Year One, isn't it?
Yeah.
It bleeds into the event with the Roman and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it. Graphics novels, great shows. Need to dig mine out now. They're all in the garage. I had to ship them out there when we got the loft on. John?
I keep on getting asked for stuff in the loft, and they're just on the beds in spare rooms. And there's a lot of tension in the house.
Yeah.
John, what's yours?
Well, there's 2. One for comedy value, which is Ian Rush's autobiography, which in the first chapter has the choice for me was I had 2 choices in life, to be a doctor or a footballer. Now, anyone who's ever seen Ian Rush interviewed will know that Ian was obviously lethal in front of goal, but obviously not so good in front of in a written test situation. He certainly wasn't the sharpest tool in the box.
Absolutely.
So I'm not convinced he was going to ever be a doctor. Thankfully for him, he was a footballer. And realistically, it's LA Confidential by James Ellroy.
Oh, yeah, it's a belter.
Yeah. The Black Dahlia is brilliant by him as well, isn't it? That's a really good one.
The whole of that LA quartet, the big I forgot the other one. Black Dahlia, the one with Danny Upshaw. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, them 4 are great.
Warren, do you have to bounce now?
I can give it a few more minutes.
Okay, so mine's American Psycho.
Oh, yeah, great book.
It blew me out when I read it.
I've never actually read it, but I love the film. Is even better than the book?
The book's incredible. It's brilliant. Yeah, it's like you're reading it and you're wincing. It's horrible. It's horrible, but it's such a good book. And yeah, obviously when you get the satire angle, it's brilliant. It's a proper snapshot of just horrible 80s dickheads. Dan has asked, have you ever gazumped anyone? Or being gazumped? If not, what's been your favourite gazumping that you've seen? Warren, go ahead.
I don't think I've been gazumped. I can't remember. Probably have. Can't remember any specifics or anything. I mean, I'd imagine if you'd ask most people, the usual things like job interviews, isn't it? Like if you're going for a job interview or something and someone's come in at the last minute and done you or whatever. I did remember once when I was a kid, remember that I played for a footy team and I'd only just started with them. And I remember I was sub. And I was going to come on, like I was going to quite early on in the game. It was one of them you rotate round. It was a friendly, you could rotate and whatever. And one of the other lads who'd been on the team for a while, he arrived at the match late. So he gets there and I'm just about to come on and like, oh, hang on a minute. So I had to sit back down. This lad comes on as sub. That's the only real thing I can remember. But anyway, the model, sorry, not the model, the good news out of it was I ended up playing for that team more regular after that. But that's the only thing I can really remember. I did enjoy the Tottenham, bit of the Tottenham meltdown now over Eze. So I'm assuming that's what the question's related to.
I think so.
I'm wary of that though, because we're going to get gazumped for dribbling in return. That's
God,
yeah.
We're always right for a good gazumping, aren't we? Usually by the Reds. It's like it's nothing new to us.
Yeah.
Liam, been gazumped.
I've probably done a gazump or been gazumped, but can't think. I'm going to go to one that probably spoke before. I know we spoke about it recently on Good Times, and although it did affect us, it is what you said. It's when El Gran Diablo turned up at Liverpool Airport to gazump us from Momo Sissoko. Momo Sissoko was literally flying in to sign for Everton, and Benitez turned up, finished his kebab whilst the plane landed. We still got the Greek on his shirt. It's like, come on, brother, you don't want to go there. Although there is another one as well. Do you remember the double gazump with Willian? He was going to go to Liverpool, wasn't he?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
and then Spurs gazumped Liverpool, and then Chelsea gazumped Spurs, which was quite good.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
But when you look at it, so basically, when going from Shakhtar, I was going to go to Liverpool. Then Spurs they had the bail money, so they put loads of money down. They were getting the bail money, they put loads of money down, and then he was meant to have a medical at Spurs, and Chelsea gazumped him. And Mourinho got asked about it in a press conference, and he's like, "Oh, you've got to be careful with these deals. Sometimes, even when having the medical, the deals aren't even done." And the journalist went, "Where are you up to?" And he's having his medical. And everyone started laughing, and Spurs were raging.
Yeah, I can't think of any gazumpings that I've done or had. John, got any?
Not to me personally, but I had the Manny Fernandez one where we had him.
Oh yeah.
Then he turns up just like Miami Vice, doesn't he? At that press conference in Valencia when he's bailed us over the weekend.
Yeah, it's just. And then we still took him back.
Yeah.
Wasn't the same though, was it?
No, he was Manny Fernandez Mark II, and that was like Kendall Mark II, wasn't it? Compared to,
Yeah, compared to that dynamo that we had at first.
Yeah.
2 more questions. Anyone played Champ Manager?
Oh
yeah.
Oh yes.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't. So this question's for you too. Back in the days of Champ Manager, this is Liam, by the way. Back in the days of Champ Manager, what was your biggest accomplishment, and who was your go-to club to take over instead of Everton? You got Tranmere to the Premier League, won 3 Champions Leagues with Port Vale, with Christian Carambou and Dario Simic as a star man. Just saying, decent enough for Port Vale. Liam, go ahead.
Go-to. I like going into Milan because I always liked into, but there would be sometimes where I'd either go Rangers or Celtic if I had a few bad saves just to win a league quite easily to like get me confidence up. Just be like, I can go and win the Scottish League, it'll be fine. But my great achievement is I had this one save on Champ Man on 102 and it was ridiculous. So I took over West Ham and you could buy this player called Stefan Selikovic quite cheap. You buy him for £500,000, sold him for like 7 million straight away. So that was like your money in the bank for me to go and buy some players. First season won the league. Second season defended the league and got deep into the Champions League. Third season, by that point, I sound like Pires and Ljungberg or some boss players, got the Champions League. Then went to Rangers, won the Champions League with them. Then for some reason got the Scotland job and won the World Cup with Scotland in 2006, which tells you how ridiculous the game was. Gary Naismith was the starting left back in a World Cup winning team.
You leave Gary Naismith alone.
No, I love Gary Naismith. I like Gary Naismith.
Now, to be honest.
I wrote an article for When Scars Are Grey about Gary Naismith called El Blanco Carlos. And because I liked Naismith. I thought, he wasn't great, but he was one of those, like, I always preferred like Campbell over Ferguson because Campbell played with injuries, whereas Duncan Ferguson would have like he'd sneeze and say, "That's me out for a week."
Yeah.
But we were at I used to go to match with the Neddy Blues, and we had a supporters club day at Belfield in 2006. And someone gave Gary Naismith that article right in front of me to read.
Jesus.
And the opening part of it isn't that complimentary. But as you read through, it is. And he was just looked at, and then someone went, "It's him who wrote it." And he looked at me, and even though he's only a little tiny fella, like, the look he gave me, I shit myself. But then he liked it at the end and signed.
They get to the end of it and it all worked out.
Yeah, happy ending.
Good stuff. What was your champ manager?
I only ever went Everton. I always thought it was disloyal to go anyone else. But I only played the early games. I finished at 01-02.
That was the best one, to be fair. It goes down after that.
But for me, it's the early days when you play the 4-3-1-2 system, and you'd win all and sundry. But I always used to sign Neil Lamptey. Do you remember in the Ghanaian, he went to Coventry and Villa?
Yes.
It was like 17 in 94, 93, 94. And, you know, he was the prototype Bakayoko. Because you remember Bakayoko on it? In the early
everyone was really excited to sign Bakayoko because of champ manager. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, he's lost this kid.
He's got stats, you know, like forgetting that they actually don't mean anything, really.
Everton doing a Will Still before Will Still was a thing.
Yeah.
Literally, probably. Okay. We got Steph Sheen's question. If you could be Max or Colin Robinson for a day, if this means anything to anyone, who would you choose? Oh, also, he's looking forward to an Everton win on Bank Holiday weekend. Failing that, he's 40 next week. So that's something to look forward to, I suppose. Mate, 40s are great. It all starts in your 40s. It's sound. And happy birthday for next week.
What, the decline starts?
I don't know. I got better. My 30s were pretty dreadful.
I don't know. Yeah, but no one ever tells you, do they? You know, you're going to get up twice during the night for the piss.
No.
And if you don't get up for the night during the piss, if you don't get up during the night for the piss, you're going to piss anyway. So, you know. Yeah,
and the dreams get more wild if you need a piss and you don't get up for a piss. You just dream about going for a piss. It's something to look forward to, Lee. Bring it on.
Yeah, well, I'm in my late 30s and there's been a few nights in the past few weeks where I've started getting up a bit more. Because I normally, even though I have a weak bladder, I'm normally a sleep straight through type merchant.
Well, I mean, but also as well, your 40s, you know, touch wood, I haven't got it yet, but that's when the prostate problems start.
Well, I'm approaching 50s now, so I'm waiting for everything to just fall apart then at that point. Max or Colin Robinson, anyone? Keith's dog or my cat?
Your cat, because I haven't seen Keith's dog. I've heard Keith's dog, but I haven't seen it.
He's a wonderful fella. He's a great lad.
But
Keith, Liam?
I'm sorry, but I've got to go Max. As much as I like and respect Colin Robinson, I'm a dog man, and you know he's the goodest of good boys, so I'll go Max. And then that way it's equal peoples, isn't it? You got.
Are we allowed to bring pets on the podcast?
Oh yeah.
I've got mine out. He's waiting outside now for me.
Go and get him if you want before we finish.
No. He's a knobhead.
Yeah, I think I'd go just to imbalance it. I'd go Colin Robinson because I just want to know where he gets into when he's sleeping. I'd love to know where he goes.
Plus, there's the fact that your cat. If you say someone else's dog, it's not nice, is it?
No, you give him a complex. Did you see that documentary where they put the tag and the camera on the cat a few years ago?
Amazing.
You just get up to all kinds of madness. They just.
But I want to know where he goes.
They're just knobheads.
I'm sure he goes miles away.
Yeah.
There's so many on the peninsula, Les. Like when I'm out walking Daisy, they just like stop and stare, knowing that like the gold in there. But then I like just let the lead a little bit, and then they soon go, "Whoa, no, thank you." But they do like stop and give it a little stare. Like, what are you gonna do? You got someone holding you.
Yeah. Cats. I mean, we've got a cat in our street, and up until a couple of years ago, he was best mates with my dog. They loved each other. But then my dog growled at him on, so we slapped the dog, and then that's it. Now it's over.
Your dog called him a cop-out, and that was it, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. My dog is. Well, no, we've got in our street. We've got three houses in a row that are all blues.
Yeah, that's what we're like. Like all of our neighbours are Toffees.
Yeah.
And most of them go. 3 out of 5 go.
Yeah, I think it's only me that goes, but you know.
Liam, what are your neighbours like? You won't be listening.
The Reds. I don't. Do you know what? They're all right. The
Reds.
I won't go into details, but in our old place, we had a problem neighbour, and there's nothing worse than having a problem with a neighbour because like it's just you can't escape it. It's horrendous. But there's a couple of blues in the street, and like, do you know what? The Reds, but they're all right. The fella used to live next door. I remember when I first moved in, he said he was a Red, and he showed me his stick on his car. And I went, "You do realize your car's blue, don't you?" And he just didn't see the funny side of me pointing that out. It's like, well, you know, you keep on showing me this bumper sticker, but I don't think you go in the game and you got a blue car. So like,
yeah.
Anyhow, not that I'm bitter.
With hands across Stanley Park, we will leave it there for this week's mailbag. Thanks to Liam for stepping in as the Cheng Tosin / Solomon Rondon / I don't know, Stuart Barlow, whatever. You came in, did a great job.
Dennis Stack-Willesi,
that'll do.
It was Michael Keane for James Tarkowski last season against Man City.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you've actually known what to do. You weren't just wandering around a piece of grass looking like you were ready to read some poetry.
The most incredible substitute performance since Ross Barkley down at Chelsea.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, Les. You're forgetting Del for Arsenal and COVID.
Oh, Christ.
Remember when he come on, he got booked. He was like putting, like, he was slicing the ball into the stand and all sorts. Absolute mess of a performance.
Hopefully, we won't get one of them at the weekend.
That story about Delph and Holgate's true. Do you know, Jordan, when he first arrived, when he was coming in thinking he was Billy Big Bollocks, telling him, "These are all shit," which apparently is true.
Yeah. Right.
Holgate's a legend. Yeah, no, he wasn't wrong. He was factually correct. But Holgate grabbed him by the throat, didn't he? Allegedly.
It sounds true enough, that.
Yeah.
I can believe that,
yeah. Probably thought it was Fabinho.
If anyone knows the truth behind that, let us know. Or if you've got any other Everton rumours or stories, let us know.
Not the Holly Lodge scandal of the 70s.
I'll look into that one.
Yeah, that's one for off air.
Okay, we will leave it there then for this week's mailbag. Thanks to John. Thanks to Warren, who had to leave because he's on 5 Live. My God.
Good. Talking about being gazumped.
We've been gazumped by 5 Live.
Gazumped by 5 Live.
Warren saying, I don't do any gazumping.
Yeah. He kept that one quiet, didn't he?
I can't see how that's a bigger draw, but there we go.
No.
Anyway, that has been it for this week's mailbag. Thanks to everyone who sent questions in. We will catch you next time on Mailbag.